ॐ वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्ते भेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणम् सूत्रभाष्यकृतो वन्दे भगवन्तो पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयम् नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। साक्षात् कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणम् तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। अखण्डं सच्चिदानन्दम् अवाङ्मनसगोचरम्
अखण्डं सच्चिदानन्दम् अवाङ्मनसगोचरम्
आत्मानमखिलाधारम् आश्रये भीष्टसिद्धये।
आत्मानम् अखिलाधारम् आश्रयेऽभीष्टसिद्धये।
अर्थतोऽप्यद्वयानन्दानतीतद्वैतभानतः
अर्थतोऽपि द्वयानन्दान् अतीतद्वैतभानतः
गुरूनाराध्य वेदान्तसारं भक्ष्ये यथामति।
गुरोनाराध्य वेदान्तसारं वक्ष्ये यथामति।
एवम् अस्ति अंगिनः निर्विकल्पकस्य
एवमस्य अङ्गिनः निर्विकल्पकस्य
लयविक्षेपकषाय रसास्वादलक्षणाः
लयविक्षेपकषाय रसास्वादलक्षणाः
चत्वारः विघ्नाः सम्भवन्ति।
चत्वारः विघ्नाः सम्भवन्ति।
लयस्तावत्
लयस्तावत्
अखण्डवस्तु अनवलम्बनेन
अखण्डवस्तु अनवलम्बनेन
चित्तवृत्तेः निद्रा
चित्तवृत्तेः निद्रा
अखण्डवस्तु अनवलम्बनेन
अखण्डवस्तु अनवलम्बनेन चित्तवृत्तेः
अन्यावलम्बनं विक्षेपः
अन्यावलम्बनं विक्षेपः
लय विक्षेप अभावे अपि
लय विक्षेप भावे अपि
चित्तवृत्तेः
चित्तवृत्तेः
रागादिवासनया
रागादिवासनया
स्तब्धीभावात्
स्तब्धीभावात्
अखण्डवस्तु अनवलम्बनं कषायः
अखण्डवस्तु अनवलम्बनं कषायः
अखण्डवस्तु अनवलम्बनेन अपि
अखण्डवस्तु अनवलम्बनेन अपि
चित्तवृत्तेः
वृत्तेः
सविकल्पक आनन्द आस्वादनम्
सविकल्पक आनन्द आस्वादनम्
रसास्वादः
रसास्वादः
समाध्यारम्भसमये
समाधि आरम्भसमये
सविकल्पक आनन्द आस्वादनं वा
सविकल्पक आनन्द आस्वादनं वा
After this we saw. Now we will read from Subodhini from Asya Angani. That is Ashtanga Yoga, the steps, the Ashtanga Yoga, what we saw. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Ityadi. So that is commented upon by Subodhini Kara. We will read quickly. Ukta Samadehe Sadhana Pekshayamaha Asya Angani iti. Asya Angani iti Yamaha, Yama, Niyama, all those 8 angas which are mentioned. So, Ukta Samadehe is Nirvikalpa Samadehe, which is Uktaha. For that sadhana, the sadhana pekshayam, that is the lakshya. Therefore, for that lakshya, praptaye, sadhanani, apekshitani, taritani, angani iti, the author has said, asyangani, yamaha, niyama, then asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, then savikalpa samadhi. Iti. Tani cha sadhanani kramena uddishati yama iti. Those sadhanas, in order, the author has shown uddishati yama iti, starting from yama. Yama the ashtangani samadehe antaranga sadhanani ityataha. All these are antaranga sadhana. Yama the ashtangani, 8 steps. 8 steps anganis, they are antaranga sadhana. Samadehe nirvikalpa samadehe. Nirvikalpa samadhi is angi, these are the angas. Angani sadhanani. Pratamam yamasya lakshanam aha tatra iti. The first sadhanam, antaranga sadhanam, yama tasya lakshanam aha tatra. That is ahimsa, satya, steya, brahmacharya, parigraha, yamaha iti, what we have seen. Teshu yamadi ashtangeshu madhye ahimsadayah pancha yamaha avashyanushtheyaha ityartaha. The 5 ahimsa, satya, steya, brahmacharya, parigraha. These 5 has to be necessarily followed, avashyam, to be observed. Tadarantaram niyamanam aha shocha iti. After that, niyamanaha shocha iti. After that, niyamanam aha. Niyamanam is niyama. Shocha iti. Shochaha also 2 types. All these things we have seen. Antaranga, bhagya shocham, antaranga shocham. Shochaha tapaspadhyaya, ishvara pranidhanani, shocha santosha. Tapaswadhyaya, ishvara pranidhanani iti we have seen. Shochadaya pancha niyamaha ityartha 5. Asanam laksheti kara iti. Asyate iti asanam matava asyate anena iti asanam. Referring to the posture or the seat. That also the author has said. Here the commentator doesn't describe much about that, just mentions. Asanam lakshati kara iti. Karacharanadi samsthana vishesha lakshanani padmasaneva swastikasaneva swastikatini ityani asanani. Sukhasanam. Then pranayama lakshanamaha rechaka iti. Rechaka puraka kumbhaka lakshanaha prana nigraha upayaha pranayamaha pranasya ayamaha pranayamaha rechaka iti. Here the author talks about the pranayama. Maybe the source from Hatha Yoga Pradipika, not sure at it. I mean, check. But it's all, generally we don't discuss all these things. Samadhi, in Samadhi Abhyasa, Paridhyasanam, Pranayama, then they talk about Kundalini and rising, all those things we don't discuss. But anyway, for the sake of study only, just quickly, raising the Kundalini to different, in the second, the Kundalini passes through different chakras, and finally to the Brahmaratra, all those steps. These are never discussed in our Narshvidya tradition. Anyway, pranayama, of course, it is useful for having mastery over prana and subsequently the mind. So here, the author, come to pranayama, has mentioned certain things. Interesting, just for the sake of knowledge, we will know it. Idaya purayet vayum munche dakshinaya nilam yabachasam samasinaha kumbhayatam sushumnaya. Ida pingala nadi. So idaya purayet vayum munche dakshinaya anilam. Anila is vayu. So dakshina is right, vamana is, idya is left. So inhaling to the left nostril and exhaling to the right nostril. Yavat shwasam samasinaha kumbhaget tam sushumnaya. Shwasa, when it becomes samasinaha, when it becomes samaha. Yavat shwasam samyak asinaha. When it is steady, tavat kumbhaget sushumnaya. Then kumbha, retaining the air, either antara kumbhaka, bhagya kumbhaka. This is pranayama lakshanam. Idya purayet munchet dakshinaya. Then kumbhaget sushumnaya. Sushumna is a nadi. Kumbhaget sushumnaya. So kumbhaget retaining the shwasa. Yavat shwasam sushum samasinaha kumbhaget. Kumbhaka pranayama. Ida yogi padmasane upavishya yogam abhyasati. Tada gulpabhyam gudamulam nishpidya kechari mudra sahayena dhana dharanaya sushumna margena मूलाधारात् कुंडलिनी उत्थाप्य स्वादिष्ठान मणिपुर अनागत विशुद्ध आज्ञा निर्वाणाख्य षट चक्र वेद क्रमेण सहस्रदल कमल कर्णिकायां विद्यमान परमात्मना सह संयोज्य तत्रैव चित्तं निर्वातदीप वत् अचलं कृत्वा स्वात्मानम् आनन्दरसं पिबति इति एतत् प्राणायाम फलम्. Having seated in the Padmasana, the yogi practice yoga abhyasa, is Satya Yoga. Then by Kechari Mudra, Kechari is a type of mudra, holding the tongue and inserting the tongue into the soft part of the palate, into the uvula, that is called particular mudra. By that, holding the prana and rising up the prana to the Sushumna Nadi, subtle Nadi, from the Mooladhara. From the Mooladhara is base of the spinal. From Mooladhara, raising the Sushum Kundalini and passing through all the 6 chakras. 7th chakra is Brahmarandra, that is Sahasra Tala. Kamala Karnika, that is 7th chakra. Swadhisthana Manipuraka, Manipura, Anahata, Vishuddha, Jnana, Vishuddha, Vishuddha, then Ajna, then Nirvanakya, Shat Chakra, Vedakramen, in order raising the Kundalini in this, to this chakra. Then in the Sahasradala, 1000 petal lotus on the top of the head, then Tatra, Stitaha Paramatmana, Saha Sanyojya, Tatreva Chittam, Sanyojya, Nirvata Deepa, what, like the Deepa which is not shaken by the wind, Tatreva Chittam Krutta, placing the mind there, then Swatmana Mandarasa Vibhatiti, then the sadhaka drinks, enjoys Swatmananda, Swatmanandam Ananda, experiences Ananda, iti pranayama, palam, that is the palam of the pranayama. Then Sahacha, Jividaha Bhavati, that pranayama is of two types. We saw before. Sagarbha pranayama, agarbha pranayama, iti. Sagarbha pranayama, agarbha pranayama. Munche dakshinaya vayum, matrahina, Matrahinam ananyadihi, Purayet Vamaya, Tat Kumbayet, Tasashumnaya, Yavat Shwasam Ditashwasaha, then Mamsa Chitendriya, iti. Munche Dakshinaya Vayum, talking about the not allowing the mind to be placed anywhere, then inhaling the Shwasa through Dakshinaya, through the right nostril. Matrahinam ananyadihi, then Purayet Vamaya, filling through the left nostril, then Kumbayet, Kushumnaya, Yavat Shwasam Jitashwasaha, Jitaha Shwasaha, Bhavin Masa Jitendriya. The Shwasa has to be mastered by one who is mastered Jitashwasaha. May you become the Jitendriya. Iti, that's a shloka. Source is not known. Then, when this pranayama is done, Pranava Uchara Rahityena, Uktehe, Ukta Rechaka, Puraka, Kumbhaka, Kramena, Prana Nirodha, Agarva Pranayama. There is no repetition of the mantra in the Agarbha Pranayama. There is no repetition of Pranava. Pranava or any other mantra, like in Gayatri Japa, before that, they do Pranayama, uttering Gayatri. Pranava Uchara Ragityena, there is no Ucharanam of the Pranava mantra. Then the Rechaka Kumbhaka, Rechaka Puraka Kumbhaka, or then that Pranayama, that is called the Pranayama, which is as these three things, Rechaka, Kumbhaka, Puraka. That is done in order. By that, Pranasi Nirodhaha, Pranasi Ayamaha is done. That Pranayama is called Agarbha Pranayama. Rechayet Shodashe Naiva, Tad Vaigunyena Puraget, Kumbhayet Chatushashtya, Pranavaratam Anusmaranditi. Again, this also check. Iti Vasanat, Shodasha Sankhyakum Pranavam Manasa Japan Dakshinaya Vayum Direchya Dvatrimshat Sankhyakum Pranava Manasa Samutcharan Vamaya Vayum Apurya Chatushati Sankhyakum Pranava Manasa Japan Tadartam Cha Akharokara Makararda Matratnaka Sarda Trivalayakaram Kundalini Rupam Chidaranda Kantam Cha Muladi Brahmarandram Anusandat Sushumnaya Chittamapi Tadeka Prabhanam Kurvan Yavat Shwasam Kumbhayet Rechayet Shodashe Naiva, inhaling is a ratio. To start with, it is 1:4:2. But later it becomes 16:64 to 32. It's a ratio by which Yes, the inhalation, retention, and exhalation is followed. That is not easy. So, Rechayat Shodashena eva Shodasha. Agarbha pranayama is matra hina. There is no matra involved in Agarbha pranayama. There is no time. The shloka said previous shloka. Matra hina ananyadihi. The mind not anywhere else. Matra hina ananyadihi. But here there's a matra count is there. Time. So 16 for the 16 units of time. Rechahe. And for 64 units of time, it is daytime. And for 32 units of time, it is prana is exhale. Pranavam uchchar manasmaran. Iti pranavam manasa japan. Doing japa of pranavam mantra. So dvatrimshat 32. Sankhyankam pranavam manasa uchchan vamaya by to the vamaya vayum apurya. Filling through the left nostril. Dvatrimshat. Chatushashti Sankhyaakam Pranava Japan. Chatushashti is 64. Pranavam Manasa Japan Tadartham Akara Ukara Makara Matratmaka Trivalayakaram Kundani Rupam Jidanandam Cha Muladi Brahmarandram Anusandhat Muladi Brahmarandram Brahmarandrantam Muladhara starting from Muladhara up to Brahmarandra Anusandhat meditating on the different chakra, anusandhanam, anusandat. Sushumnaya chittam tadeka pravanam kurvan yavat shwasam kumbhage. Shakti. So Shodasha Sankhyaakam Pranava Manasam Japan Dakshinaya Vayu Virechya. So Asia is different. Virechya Dakshinaya Vayum Virechya. Shodash Sankhyaakam is 16. Pranava Manasa Japan doing japa of the Pranava mantra Dakshinaya to the right nostril Vayum Virechya expelling Dvatrimshat Sankhyaakam Pranava Manasa Samutcharan Vamaya Vayum Apurya. 32 for 32 units of time. Doing japa of Pranava, filling the Vayu to Vayum Apurya Vamaya from the left. Then Chatushashti is 64. So Kumbhayet, retaining the prana inside, not holding the breath. So Puryat Yavat Shvasam Kumbhayet. Placing the mind on different centers. Taduktam Acharyahi Shodasha Tad Viguna Chatushashti cha Matrani Tani Chakramashaha Rechaka Puraka Kumbhaka Vedaisthavidaha Prabhanjanayama iti Pranayama Prakaraha Taduktam Acharyahi Shodasha Tad Viguna Chatushti cha Matrani Tani Chakramashaha. Shodasha 16. Chatushashti 64. Shodasha Tad Viguna Chatushashti cha Matrani Tani cha Kramashaha. So 16 is to 32 is to 64. In fact, in the Raja Yoga book from Vivekananda, he talks about this. In fact, he comments about the pranayama. So that gives a ratio 1:4:2. You start with this 16 is to 64 is 32. That matrani karmashaha in order. Rejaka puraka kumbhaka iti trividaha prabhajanaya. So the pranayama is classified. Rechaka pranayama, puraka pranayama, kumbhaka pranayama. Iti pranayama prakaraha. Rechaka pranayama, rechaka is given importance. In puraka, more on exhalation. In kumbhaka, it is on retention. So that one has to follow the certain time, the matra. 16, 1:4:2, or multiply by 2, 3, or whatever it is. So that much of time is in that order, in that ratio, it has to be followed. Karma praptam pratyaharam. Then after that, pranayama. So all these are aside discussion, not important for us. We don't focus on this. The samadhi abhyasa rupa nididhyasana. Therefore, all this. Just pranayama is important to calm the mind before dhyanam. So therefore, we don't focus much on this. And of course, all this, they say, should not be practiced without the guidance also. Pranayama heats up the body also. So therefore, a lot of diet disciplines and other things are required. So we don't discuss it. Even we don't find any effervescence in the Veda also. So we don't discuss. We focus more on Shavana Abhyasa Rupa Nididhyasanam. But all these are useful, means we can do with caution and as long as it is harmless. So we don't have to follow this ratio and all. It's not easy, it's difficult. We need to devote a lot of time for this, otherwise. More than Shavana. So therefore, this is pranayama prakara. This is just to get an idea of what pranayama is. All these things in Atayoka Pradipika, the book it is discussed. Then krama praptam pratyahara nirupayati. Then pratyahara is said indriyanam iti. Swasva vishayebhyaha pratyaharanam. That's called pratyahara. Shotradinam indriyanam swasva vishayebhyaha shabdadibhyaha sakashat पाषाण उपरि प्रयुक्त शर संगातवत् प्रत्यावर्तनम प्रत्याहारः. That is, the author gives a nice example. Shotradinam, Shotra, etc. Indriya, Swasva Vishayebhyaha, from the respective objects, that is Shabdadi, Shabdaspasha Rupa Rasa Gandha, Akashat, Pashana Upari Prayuktaha Shara Sangata. Pashana is stone. The Shara is arrow. The arrow which is released, which is shot to the Pashana. Pashana Upari Prayukta stone. So the arrow hit the stone, doesn't penetrate. It falls. Tadvat, Indriya should not penetrate the sense objects. It should fall back. That is pratyavartanam pratyahara. Should return back to the sense. The Indriya should return back to itself. That is pratyahara. Nanu Indriyanam slasha vishayebhyaha nivartanam pratyahara iti yuktam tat na sambhavati. Small doubt is raised. Indriyanam slasha vishayebhyaha nivartanam, withdrawing, nivartanam, bringing back, returning the sense organ to the respective sense objects, that's pratyahara, that is not possible, if you say, it is a doubt, an objection. Then Shabdadi Vishayanam Sukha Sadhanatvena Vaishayika Sukha Vyatirikta Niratishaya Ananda Sadbhave Pramana Bhavat Hiranyagarbhadi Amrita Bhogasya Ishwarenapi Tyaktum Ashakyatvaliti Chet Na. Up to this Chet, it's up to Purvapakshi. Indriyanam Swasva Vishayebhyaha Nivartanam Pratyahara iti yuktam tatana sambhavati. That is not possible. That is what you say is Nivartanam, withdrawing the sense organs from the Vishaya. It is not possible. Why? Because Shabdadi Vishayanam Sukha Sadhanatvena Shabdadi Vishayanam Vaishayika Sukha Vyatirikta Niratishaya Ananda Sadbhave Pramana Abhavat Hiranyagarbhadi Amrita Bhogasya Ishwarena Tyaktum Ashakyatvat. Even Ishvara also cannot give up Ishwarena api That Sukham, like Hiranyagarbhadi, Amrita Bhoga Sukham. Amrita Bhoga. Hiranyagarbhadi, Amrita, given by Ishvara, by Lord Tyaktum Ashakyatvat. Therefore, the Pratyahara is, it's not possible. The meaning is, Shabdadi Vishayanam Sukha Sadhanatvena. Shabdadi, etc., for which the sadhanam, Sukha Sadhanam is the Indriyani. Sadhyate, which means the means of experiencing the Sukha of the Vishaya, Shabdadi, Vishayas, or the means of experiencing the Sukha of Shabda, Sukha, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, or the Vishayas, means of experiencing the Sukhas of the Vishayas like Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, etc., or the Indriyas. Vaishayika Sukha Vitarikta, apart from the Vaitarika, other than Vishaya Sukha, Nirateshya Ananda Sadbhave. The Ananda, which is unsurpassed Ananda, with regard to that. Pramana Bhavat, there is no means. Therefore, Hiranyagarbhadi Amrita Bhogasya Ishvarena Pityaktam Ashakyatvad. With regard to experiencing the Sukha other than the Vaishayika Sukha, the unsurpassable Sukha, for which Pramana Abhavat, means are not in the absence of the means, because of the absence of the means of experiencing the highest Sukha, which is different from the Vishaya Sukha. Hiranyagarbhadi Amrita Bhogasya Ishvarenapi, even for the Lord to enjoy the Sukha, Hiranyagarbha Sukha, Hiranyagarbha is the Padavi, Hiranyagarbha the position, Prajapati. That also is not possible for the Lord to give up. The idea is, the Vishaya Sukhas are experienced through the Indriyas. There are Sukhas which are available at different lokas, different levels. Sukha means it is Anubhava, experience. Experience implies Pramanam, Sadhana. Pramana means Sadhana. In the absence of the Pramana, in the absence of the Sadhana, it's not possible to experience the Sukha. If that is so, Hiranyagarbha Sukha and all we talk about in the Shastra, Hiranyagarbha Sukha, it is highest Sukha, relatively. Because Brahmaji possession. Brahmaji, that Ananda, that is the Ananda Mimamsa, the Taittiriya Upanishad, there is a gradation is given. So that Ananda which Brahmaji experiences, it's unsurpassable Ananda it is. If there is no sadhanam, there is no means, even that Ananda, even Ishvara cannot experience. It means, the idea is, therefore, there must be an association of the Pramana, the sadhana with the sadhya, with the Vishayas, without which Sukhanubhava is not possible. Therefore, Hiranyagarbhadi Amrita Bhogasya Ishvarenapi Yaktum Ashakyatvat. Not possible even for the Lord to give up Yaktum Ashakyatvat. Yaktum Ashakyatvat Ishvarenapi up to Amrita Hiranyagarbhadi Amrita Bhogasya, for the enjoyment of the Amrita, that's Sukham, Hiranyagarbhadi Sukham. Even for the Lord, it is not possible. Therefore, Tyaktam is, that is, Vishaya Tyajanam is not possible even for the Lord. Vishaya Tyajanam is that Sukha which is obtained through the Vishayas in the other loka by other means, like Sarga Loka. Sarga Loka, we don't have the sadhanam like what we have. We don't have the Stula Sharira, that different Sharira, and therefore different Karanam, and therefore different pressures of highest degree, higher degree than the Bhuloka. In the Bhuloka, we have Shotratva Ityadi Indriyani and the corresponding Vishaya Shabdadi. So therefore, association of Indriya with the Indriya Vishaya, there is certain Sukham. which is parichinna, which is limited. Sargaloka also there is sukham, in other lokas also there are sukhams available. Like in the given in the Anandam Himamsa, Chaitanya Upanishad. The highest sukham is Hiranyagarbha, that is Brahmaji. So when we talk about sukham is, we are not talking about here Swarupa Sukham. We are talking about a Sukham which is obtained, means it is because of the association of the Indriya with the Indriya Vishaya. Indriya means we are not talking about our Indriya, it is some Indriya, some sadhanam, pramanam. Therefore, pramanasya bhave, this experience of the Sukhas are not possible. So therefore, even Ishvara cannot enjoy the Sukha like that of Hiranyagarbha, etc. Not possible. Therefore, Pratyahara, what you say, withdrawing the sense organs, that is not proper, that is not correct. Iti, a doubt. Iti che, then for that says, Mudegi karma jadegi, Vishaya lampatasya, Vishaya lampataihi, Tyaktum ashakyatve, api, Shuddhanta karanena, samsara vidya katpadashina, Vishaya dosha darshanena, tuchchikrita shabdadi Vishaya prapanchena, Purushottamena tyaktum shakyatvat. Only by the moodaihi karma jadaihi. Vishaya lampataihi, referring to the person who is Vishaya lampata, who is immersed, who is desirous, greedy of enjoying the Vishaya Sukha. Vishaya lampataihi, moodaihi. Only by them, tyaktum ashakyatve api, even though they cannot give up. But Shuddhanta karanena, samsara avidyakatva darshina, Vishaya dosha darshanena, by the one who has Shuddhanta karana, samsara avidyakatva darshina, referring to the person. Samsara avidyakatva darshin. Tena samsara avidyakatva darshina. Tritiya bhakti dashaha dashtam shiram asti iti darshina. Samsara has the status of being avidya. Samsara is due to avidya. The status of being avidya, avidyakatva, it's Bhagavati compound, avidyaka. Samsara avidyaka, tasya bhavaha samsara vidyakatvam. Samsara vidyakatvam drashtum shilam yashamte samsara vidyakatva darshi. Tena samsara vidyakatva darshina. Samsara vidyaka is Bhagavati compound. Samsara is avidyaka. Avidyaka is kapratya. It's a compound. Bhagavati compound. After that, Tvapratyaya, the status of being that. Then Drashtam Shilam Yashamte Darshin. So referring to the person. So Samsara Vidyakatva Darshina, Vishaya Dosha Darshanena, by seeing the defects of the Vishaya, therefore Tuchchikrita is, these are Tuchcha, negligible, Tuchchikrita Shabdadi Vishaya Prapanchena, Purushottamana, by the Uttama Purusha, these things can be neglected. Tyaktum Shakyatva, Tuchchikrita Shabdadi Vishaya Prapanchena, again, Vishaya Dosha Darshanena, Tuchchikrita Shabdadi Vishaya Prapanchena, Tuchchikritaha Shabdadi Vishaya Prapanchaha Yena Saha, Tena, Tuchchikrita Shabdadi Vishaya Prapanchena, Purushottamena, by all these referring to the person. Vishaya Dosha Darshanena, that is not the person, seeing the defects of the Vishaya by that Purusha, Uttama Purushena, Purushottamena, Tyaktum Shakyatva. By that person, it is possible to give up that is withdrawing the sense organs. Anyata, otherwise, sense organs are not withdrawn, then paranchikani vedana swayambhava parang pashyati nantaratman. Then samsara eva lo lupyata. Samsara eva lo lupyata saha. He will lo lupyata, he will wander. Lo lupyata. Lo lupyata is frequentative. Yanganta shabd, yanganta, lo lupyata. Like janganyamanaha, paryanti mudaha, lo lupaha. So he will keep on longing for lo lupyata, vishaya sukha. Lo lupyeta iti ling lagara, atmanipadi. Samsara eva lo lupyata, he will keep on pursuing vishaya sukha in samsara. Longing for vishaya sukha, he will be in samsara. Tasmat, nyasam esham. Now the author quotes from different shruti. A lot of shruti quotes are given. Tasmat, nyasam esham, tapasam atiriktam aguhu, etameva lokam ipsantaha prabrajiraha prabrajanti, lokam ipsantaha praptum ichantaha sananta, etameva lokam ipsantaha prabrajinaha prabrajanti, etameva lokam deciding ipsantaha, etameva lokam deciding this prabrajinaha, prabrajika, that is wanderer, prabrajanti, they wander, they give up, and then it's talking about the author quotes from different shruti to show they give up its Vishaya Sukha and they go after the Swarupa Sukha, go after Atma. So all these are the quotes of the quotes to show that people give up Vishaya Sukha in pursuit of the ultimate happiness, that is freedom. Swarupa Sukham, Atma Sukham. Etat Sarvam Bhuswaha iti apsu parityajya, giving up Bhuswaha iti apsu parityajya in the water. Atmanam anviche, they inquire into the Atma. Tyage naiki amrutattva manashu, famous quote. Then Brahmacharya deva prabrajet, from the Brahmacharya ashrama itself, prabrajet means sannyased. Yadahareva virajet, adahareva prabrajet. Very famous quote, famous vakya. The one the person gets vairagya, he should leave the house. Prabrajet, vanat grihatva. Prabrajet, vanat grihatva, from the vana or the griha, from the vanaprastha or from the grihastha, the bhavanti gets vairagya, he should quit. Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam braja. Gita. Samsarameva nessaramiti drishtva sar didrukshaya prabrajanti akrutodvahaha param vairagyam ashutaha pratyak vidhi pratyak vividisha siddhyai vedan anuvachanadayaha brahmavapti shutat tyagam ipsanti iti shutehe balat ityadi shruti smrti vihi tata. By all these Shruti, Smriti, etc. They talk about giving up the Vishaya Sukha and going after the Brahma, that is Brahmanvesham, that is going after the truth, understanding, knowing the truth, going after freedom, moksha sukham. Ityadi Shruti Smriti bhi tata anando brahmeti vijana. Brahma, going after Brahma, which is Ananda. So Ananda Brahmeti Vijanat. Etasyeva Anandasya Anyani Bhutani Matra Upajivanti. Yeshaha Sya Paramanandaha Atma Eva Anandaha. Yadesha Akasha Anando Nasyat. Itriya Ananda Devakalvinyani. Bhutani iti Ityadi Shruti Ischa Nityatma Sukasya Pratipaditvat. शब्दादि वैषयिक सुख व्यतिरिक्त निरतिशय आनंद सद्भावे प्रमाण अभावात् इति एतदपि निरस्तं बोध्यम्. Then if you say Pramana abhave, the person raise a doubt, objection. Then what? Then how do you explain all these statements? Anandeva kalvimani bhutani, eshahasya paramanandaha, ityadi shruti nityatma sukasya pratipaditvat. The shruti reveals the sukha which is nityatma sukha, it is atma sukha is revealed by this shruti. Pratipaditvat. Shabdadi vaishayika sukha vyatirikta, other than the Vishaya Sukha, Shabda, etc. Nitya Nirataya Vitirikta Niratishaya Ananda Sadbhave Pramana Abhavat Etadapi Nirastambodhavyam. So Pramana Abhave, then the Ananda, Atmananda, Sukhananda, which the Shastram says, then all these things should be given up. Nirastambodhavyam. Samprad. Therefore, it is not. Therefore, because the Shruti says, therefore there is Atma Sukha. That Atma Sukha is above Vishaya Sukha. Vishaya Sukha Vitiriktena Atma Sukham. That's why he says the Vaishayika Sukha Vitirikta Niratishaya Ananda Sadbhave Pramana Abhavat iti Yetadapi Nirastam Bodhavyam. Nirastam Bodhavyam should be known, should be understood. Bodhavyam, Nirastam should be rejected. Pramana Abhavat. And all these things should be rejected. It means, Shruti says, therefore, Nityatma Sukhasya Pratipaditvat. Therefore, there is Nityatma Sukham, Atma Sukham is there. Therefore, Pramana Abhavat iti, what the objection raised. Pramana Abhavat. How can this Sukha can be experienced if the person withdraws the sense organ? That is questioned, saying if these Sukhas are mentioned in the Shastra, Ananda Brahmeti Vijanat, Sukha Atma eva Anandaha iti, Kidesha Akasha Anandaha Natsyat iti, Anandadeva Kalvimani Bhutani. All these are not Vishaya Sukha. There is Vishaya Sukha here. Therefore, Nityatma Sukhasya Pratipaditva Shrutibihi, by the Shruti, Nityatma Sukha is revealed. Therefore, Pramana Abhavat Nirastam iti Bodhavyam. Vaishayika Sukha Vitirikta, other than the Vishaya Sukha. Shabdadi Vaishayika Vitirikta Niratishaya Ananda Sadbhave, with regard to the Ananda, which is Nitya Niratishaya Ananda. Pramana Abhavat iti etadapi nirastam bodhavyam. Pramana Abhavat, therefore this also should be given up. Nityatma Sukha also should be given up. That is not the idea. The Vishaya Sukha has to be. Therefore, the Sukha, the Sukham, what is talked about, it is not because of the association of the sense organs with the sense objects. It is Atma Sukha, which is Swarupa Sukha. Therefore, Pramana Abhavat, therefore, when the sense organs are withdrawn, there is no experience of Sukha. Iti, what the Purva Pakshi said, that is not correct. If that is so, the Shruti reveals Nityatma Sukha. Then how this Sukha is possible? It has to be different from the Vishaya Sukha, that is Swarupa Sukha. Therefore, Nirastam Bodhavyam should be known to be dismissed. Should be known to be dismissed, should be known to be rejected. Nirastam Bodhavyam, it is refuted, known to be refuted. Then Samprati Dharanam Lakshayati. Then Dharanam is, the author explains Dharanam Advitiya Vastuni Antarindriyanam Dharanam Antakhanasya. Sarvesham Buddhi Sakshitaya Vidyamane Advitiya Vastuni Chitta Nikshepam Dharanam. So Buddhi Sakshitaya Vidyamane Advitiya Vastuni Chitta Nikshepanam. Chitta Nikshepanam, throwing the Chitta, placing the Chitta in the अद्वितीय वस्तुनि बुद्धि साक्षितया सर्वेषाम always सर्वेषाम of all for everyone सर्वेषाम बुद्धि साक्षितया बुद्धि बुद्धि साक्षितया विद्यमाने अद्वितीय वस्तुनि साक्षी of the buddhi also बुद्धेः साक्षी बुद्धेः साक्षी बुद्धि साक्षी then साक्षितया the status of being a sakshi taya by that buddhi sakshitaya vidyamane advitya vastuni sakshi of even buddhi means antakarana there chittasya nikshepanam placing the chitta on that is dharanam, that is placing the chitta on brahma, that is the sakshi chaitanyam, that is dharanam itti dharana पाटव अभावेन चित्त स्थैर्य अभावात्. When there is no mastery of dharana, then there cannot be chitta steadyum, steadiness of the chitta. Advitya vastuni vichidya chitta pravritti pravahi karanam dhyanamitiyaha tatra advitiya iti. Advitya vastuni vichidya with interruption. चित्त वृत्ति प्रवाही करणम अप्रवाह प्रवाही भवति अभूत तद्भावे च्वी प्रत्यय प्रवाही करणम चित्त वृत्ति प्रवाही करणम प्रवाह the flow of the thought of the mind with interruption on the advitya vastu, that is dhyanamiti aha. Then samadhihi uktaha eva savikalpaha smartavya itiyaha samadhi tu iti. Samadhi already uktaha it is said, therefore that should be recalled here. Samadhi. Then ukta yamadi ashta anga sagita nirvikalpaka samadhehe nirvigna anushtana siddhyartam vigna jnana vitirekena nivaranasya kartam ashakyatva chaturaha vignan darshayati evam asyati. After discussing all this ashtanga, the vignas are shown. So ukta यमादि अष्टांग सहित निर्विकल्प समाधेः. Nirvikalpa samadhi is a lakshya for which the the other angas are talked about, which are ukta. Therefore, samadhehe nirvignena anushtana siddhyartham, without any obstacle to observe, to follow. Vigna jnana vitirekena nivaranasya kartam ashakyata, without knowing the obstacle. Then how can you fix the obstacle? Vigna jnanam vina. Vigna jnana vitirekena, then vignanam nivaranam, warding off the obstacles, kartum ashakyatvat, not possible. Therefore, one should have the knowledge of the vigna. The knowledge of the vigna is important. Then only the vignas, the obstacles can be removed. Therefore, 4 obstacles, chatraha vignan darshayati. 4 obstacles are shown by the author. Tatra Adyam Pratamam is Pratama Vignam Lakshayati Layaha iti. The first Vigna is Layaha. Layaha we saw, Layaha is Nidra, Chittavrittihi. Layaha, the first one, Laya, then Vikshepa, then Kashaya, then Rasasvadaha. So, first one is Layaha. The Layaha is Chittavrittihi Nidra. That's what we saw. But here the author, he says Layaha is of 2 types. Chirakalam Ukta Ashtanga Sahita Nirvikalpa Samadhi Abhyasa Patavena. Patava is Patu, Patava Tadita, by the one who is Patava, the capable, dexterous. Patavena Atitapta Lohatala Kshipta Jala Binduvat Taila Rahita Deepa Kalika Vacha Pratyek Abhinne Paramanande Chittavritte Layaha Pratamaha. Layaha itself, that obstacle, Layaha itself, the author divides into 2. First one he says here, is comparing that Laya to the Atitapta Loha Talakshipta Jala Bindu. The water drops which is Shipta, which is thrown onto the tala, the surface of the loha, the iron, which is burnt, atit, which is red hot, atitapta, tapta loha. So what happened to that jalabindu? It just evaporates. The moment it is thrown on the hot iron, it just evaporates. And another example he gives, Tailaragita Deepa Kalika, which the lamp without the oil just goes off. Similarly, by the one who has practiced for a long time this Ashtanga Yoga, Sagita Vivikalpaka Samadhi Abhyasa Patavena, who is Patava, who is Patuhu in practicing the Nirvikalpa Samadhi, by that person, like the water which is thrown on the hot iron, or like the Deepa, Tailaragita, oilless, Tailaragita Deepa Kalika Vacha, Pratyak Binne Paramanande Chittavrittehe Layaha, Pratyak Abhinna Paramananda, that Paramanande, Pratyaka is oneself, Abhinne Paramanande, in the non-different, non-dual, Paramananda, Chittavrittehe Layaha is, its Layaha is the first one. It seems this Laya seems to be good because Chittavritti Layaha. Layaha resolves in this Ananda, Pratyak Abhinna Paramanande, because of the practice of the Nirvikalpa Samadhi, the mind is resolved. But this is not out of Jnanam. This is not out of Jnanam. This is like the Jada Samadhi. This is like Jada Samadhi. Jada Samadhi, there is no Jnanam. The person may go into Samadhi. An Ajnani also can go into Samadhi. When he returns, he will not come as a Jnani. He will come as a Jnani only. The mind is resolved, maybe for a long time or for a short time, whatever it is. For a short time also, mind may be resolved, or the mind is resolved for a long time. He may wake up after many years, but he comes out as Ajnani only. Because it is, the Samadhi is not seeded by Jnanam. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa tells a person, he does Kechari Mudra, or some sitting on the bank of a river, he does some, suddenly he goes to Samadhi. He goes to Samadhi and he stays in the position for a long time. Slowly, the person is covered. When the flood comes, the person is covered by mud, etc. And after a long time, the people they hear they dig that place. They dig the place and find the person sitting in Samadhi and wakes him up. Then person comes out as Ajnani, as he was an Ajnani before. He was a shepherd. He came to the bank of the river looking for goats. Then moment he gets up, he asks, "Where are my goats?" So with the what thought he entered, that same thought he comes up. So Jada Samadhi, just there is a laya only, but not preceded by Jnana. So that type of Chittavrittehe Layaha is obstacle only. The person gets stuck in there. So that is the Pratamaha. This is not told by the author, but here the Tikakara says. Another Laya, this is something like going to a coma. The person is just switched off for some time. Pratyak Binne Anande, when there is awareness of the Ananda or Ananda Atma, then it is Jnanam. Preceded by Jnanam, therefore there is Samadhi. But here it is not. That is why the Udaharanam is given, like the water which is thrown on the hot frying pan. It just, the moment it's thrown, it evaporates. So Therefore, the chitta vritti layaha, this type of chitta vritti layaha is also an obstacle. I myself have seen a person, the Ramakrishna, but he was just sitting in meditation and just lost. But what happened? In spite of heavy shaking and punching and pinching, the person did not get up. Is it samadhi? He doesn't know what happened. He went and returned back after a long time. He returned back. Even when the temple was closed, he could not wake him up. Then we have to literally lift the person out and keep him, and then slowly trying to wake him up. What happened? That person also doesn't know. We also don't know. So that solves it all obstacle. Layaha. That is the laya he is talking about here. Not the laya of the chitta in the Dharmatma, not preceded by jnana. Dvitiyastu, the second one is Murcha Avasthanavat, Alasyena Chittavrittehe Bhagya Shabdadi Vishya Grahana Anadare Sati Pratyakatma Swarupa Anavabasanat Vrittehe Stabdi Bhava Lakshana Nidra Rupaha. Second one is Nidra Rupaha. Second one is what the author has said. Chittavrittehe Nidra, that is Laya, the first obstacle is. So here, the Dvitiyaha is the second type of the laya is like a murcha avastavat. It's like a murcha is faint, unconscious avastha. Alasyena, chittavrittehe, because of alasya, bhagya shabdadi vishya grahana anadhare sati. There is no bhagya vishya grahanam, and there is pratyatma swarupa anavabasanat. There is no bhasanam of the pratyatma also. There is no pratyatma swarupa anavabasanam anavalambanam. Anavabasanam is anavalambanam, not holding on to the pratyatma swarupa. The mind doesn't rest on the pratyatma. But what happened to the chitta vritti? Vrittehe stabdi bhava. There is numbness. Stabdi bhava lakshana nidra rupaha. That is the lapse of the mind. The lapse of the mind into sushupti. That is stabdi bhava lakshana nidra rupaha layaha. That is dvitiyaha vignaha. Dvitiya vida vignaha. The laya, it is a second type of vigna. Second type. Stabdi means numbness. Stabdi bhava lakshana. As the person like is not conscious, is stabdi bhavaha is there in nidra. Stabdi bhavaha in nidra, stabdi bhavaha in waking avastha also. Waking avastha, the person is numb. When he is carried over by some thought, it just become numb. Now here, because of sushupti, stabdi bhava lakshana nidra rupaha, that is the second type. Here there is no avalambanam of the pratyatma. Akanda vastu anavalambanena. Here pratyatma swarupa anavabasanat. Same meaning. Pratyatma anavabasanat anavalambanena vrittehe stabdi bhava lakshana nidra rupaha. Tatra adyamangikritya dvitiyasya vignattvena tatyagaya tatswarupam aha akanda iti. Among the two, the first one, taking the first one, accepting the first one, the author has said, Vidya Vignatvena, Tatyagaya, Tatswarupam. In order to give up that, one should have the knowledge of that. Therefore, Tatyagaya, Tatswarupam, the nature of that is said by the author, Akanda iti. Akanda iti. Then Dvitiya Vignamaha, second Vigna is Akandavastu Anavalambane Chittavrittehe Anavalambanam Vikshepaha. That is a second Vigna. Akandavastu Grahanaya Antarmukataya Pravrittayaha Chittavrittehe Chit Anavalambanena Trastha Pakshivat पुनः भाग्य विषय ग्रहणाय प्रवृत्तिः विक्षेपः इति अखंड वस्तु अनवलंबनेन सेकेंड ऑब्स्टकल विक्षेप अखंड वस्तु ग्रहणाय अंतर्मुखतया in order to hold the mind grahanam grasp hold on the akhanda vastu antarmukhata inwardness introvertedness pravrittayaha chitta vrittihi the mind which is engaged in pravrittayaha engaged in holding on to the brahma vastu antarmukhata therefore which is introvert chit anavalambanena not able to rest the mind on the chit trasta pakshivat like the bird which is restless punaha again bhagya vishaya grahanaya wanting to hold on to the external things the pravritti that action that movement pravritti engagement in the external vishaya that is called vikshepaha that is distraction vikshepaha the vikshepaha the person is restless like the restless bird moving here and there swiftly this is second obstacle vikshepaha tritiyam vignamaha laya vikshepa iti other than laya vikshepa abhave the tritiya vigna is kashayaha ragadeyaha trividaha ragadeyaha three types are there ragadeyaha त्रिविधाः भाग्याः अभ्यन्तराः वासना मात्ररूपाश्च इति three types of ragadaya raga dvesha etc these are active one is external other one is abhyantara internal other one is vasana matra rupaha which is in the form of vasana is due to previous experiences bhagyaha is putradi vishayaha that is putra etc sons etc family they are bhagya vishayaha ragadaya abhyantaraha manorajyadaya manorajya that is the fanciful the imagination or whatever the raga is that internal manorajyam these are abhyantaraha internal the last one is samskara rupa vasana mayaha that is because of the past samskaras previous action vasana mayaha samskara rupaha that is the third one tatra there aneka janma अभ्यस्त भाग्य अभ्यंतर रागादि अनुभव जनित संस्कारैः कलुषीकृतं चित्तम chitta which is polluted because of the samskara which are born which are experienced in so many janmas and those are aneka janma abhyasta bhagya abhyantara ragadi anubhava because of the experience of raga etc and the bhagya abhyantara external as well as internal by which the samskaras which are born by because of which the chittam is kalushikritam chittam is polluted katanchit samo shravanadi sadhanena antarmukhamapi by shravanadi sadhanam even though it has become antarmukha introvert chaitanya grahana samarthya abhavat not able to hold on to the chaitanyam fix the mind on the chaitanyam samatya bhavat madhya in between stabdi bhavaha in between it becomes numb some numbness is brought because of the samskara that is madhya eva stabdi bhavati yata like example it's a nice example yata raja darshanaya swagrihat nirgatya rajamandiram pravishtasya kasachit purushasya dwarapala nirodhena stabdi bhavaha tata as a person he has left his house to see the raja rajamandiram pravishtasya he has gone to the palace but there he was stopped by dwarapalaka he did not get entry did not get permission to enter the palace therefore he just has to stand there stabdi tadvat stabdi bhavaha tata parityakta bhagya vishayasya akhanda vastu grahanaya pravrittasya buddha ragadi samskaraihi stabdi bhavat akhanda vastu agrahanam kashayaha iti. So that is, even though the person has given up the bhagya vishayas for the sake of the akanda vastu, pravrittasya udbuddha ragadi samskarehi, because of the arisal of the samskara, raga samskara, and becomes stabdi bhavat, because of the numbness, the person, akanda vastu agraganam, not able to hold the akanda vastu agraganam, anavalambanam, this failure to keep the mind on the akanda vastu Brahma, that because of the samskara, that is called kashayaha. That is a third obstacle. Chaturtha vignamaha akanda iti. Fourth obstacle is said, which is rasaswadaha. That is ukta savikalpaka samadhyoho madhye dvitiyaha shabda ananaviddha shabdananaviddha triputi vishishtaha tasmin yaha anandaha bhagya shabdadi vishaya prapancha bharat tyaga prayuktaha natu chaitanya prayuktaha. The fourth obstacle is savikalpaka madhyoho. Savikalpaka samadhyoho. Savikalpa samadhyoho is 6-2 or 7-2. Savikalpa samadhyoho. These two types of savikalpa samadhis are talked about. Two types of savikalpa samadhi, not here. In other places, in Drigdrishya Viveka, the author talks about two types of savikalpa samadhi. In fact, savikalpo nirvikalpaha samadhihi dvida hridi drishya shabdhan vidhyena savikalpaha punardvida. That statement is drishya shabda anuvidhyena. Anuvidha means mixed with, associated with, mishra sambandha ityartaha. That is two types of savikalpa samadhi. Drishyana vidya savikalpa samadhi, shabdana vidya savikalpa samadhi. Drishyana vidya savikalpa samadhi, Drishya vidya savikalpa samadhi is there. The drishya is what is seen. Shabda is the words. So Drishyana vidya savikalpa samadhi is, drishya is what is seen. That serves as a means to have this savikalpa samadhi. Drishyana vidya savikalpa samadhi. So in spite of the various drishyas, the drishya is what is seen. The thoughts, observe the thoughts of your mind and see who is behind that, appreciate the Atma behind that. Is Drishyana vidya savikalpa samadhi. Second one is Shabdana savikalpa samadhi. The words of the Shastra, Shabda is Shastra. Aham asangaha, Sachidanandaha, so iti the Dityaha, Saprabhaha, Saprakashaha, the words of the Shastra should be meditated upon. That is Shabdana vidya savikalpa samadhi. Witnessing the thoughts of the mind and appreciating the Atma behind it, Chaitanya behind it, Drishyana vidya savikalpa samadhi. I'm saying simple words. All these are discussed in the Drigdrishya Viveka. Second one is Shabdana vidya savikalpa samadhi. So here, Ukta savikalpa samadhyoho. That is why samadhyoho iti, two samadhis, madhya, between the two. Dvitiyaha Shabda ananaviddha, not mixed with Shabda, Triputi Vishishtaha Madhye, Anandaha Bhagyad Vishaya Prapancha Bharat Tyaga Prayuktaha, to Chaitanya Prayuktaha, the happiness which is because of the giving up of the Vishaya Prapancha, Bhagya Vishaya Prapancha, not because of Chaitanya. Natu Chaitanya Prayuktaha, kintu Vishaya Bharat Tyaga Prayuktaha. So that means the person is happy not because of his The happiness what he enjoys in Savikalpa Samadhi, it is Dato Chaitanya Prayuktena, because of the giving up of the Vishaya, there is some Ananda, because there is no Dukkha, therefore there is absence of Dukkha due to the absence of the Vishaya, Vishayas, Bhagya Shabda, the Vishaya Prapancha Bharat Tyagaha, Prayuktaha, Tena Anandaha, the Ananda which is obtained because of the giving up the Vishaya, external Vishayas. Natu Chaitanya Prayit, not because of Chaitanya, not because of Atma. So the second is Shabda Anuvidya Savikalpa Samadhi. There, Shabda Ananuvidya. The focus is on not on the Shastra Vishaya, Shastra words of this Shastra. Triputi Vishishtaha, there three things are there: knower, known, and knowledge. Yaha Anandaha, Yaha Ananda Prayuktaha, the one who engages in the Ananda, that Ananda is not due to Chaitanyam, that Ananda is due to giving up of the Shabdadi Vishaya, Bhagya Vishayaha. Therefore, the person is just stuck in that rasa, stuck in that Ananda. That is called Rasaswadaha. Yata Nigrahanaya Pravrittasya Nidhi Paripalaka Bhuta Pretadi Avritasya Nidhi Prapti Abhave Api Bhutadi Anishta Nivritti Matrena Kopi Mahananda Bhavati Tata. Other gives an example of this. Yata Nidhi Grahanaya Pravrittasya, the one who has set out for Nidhi Grahanam, this treasure, in getting a treasure. Nidhi Grahanaya Pravrittasya Nidhi Paripalaka Bhuta Pretadi Avritasya Nidhi Prapti Abhave Api Bhutadi Anishta Nivritti Matrena Kopi Mahananda Bhavati. The person has succeeded in Bhutadi Nivritti, Anishta Pravritti Nivritti Matrena. The Nidhi, the treasure which is protected by Bhuta Pretadi, by Bhuta Preta, by ghost. Nidhi Prapti Abhave, even though the person has not gained that treasure, but he is successful in sending them off, in chasing them off, Bhuta Pretadi. But he has not obtained Nidhi yet. He is deprived of Nidhi. So, that type of Ananda, Kopi Mahanandaha Bhavati, because he has chased away those which protected, those ghosts, etc., which protected the treasure, but he has not yet obtained the treasure. Like that, Savikalpa Samadhi, Samadau, Akandavastu Anavalambanena. Similarly, in Savikalpa Samadhi, there is no Anavalambanam, there is no holding on to the Akandavastu. Nityananda Rasas Swadana Abhave, the rasa, the experience of the Nityananda, abhave, absence of the experience of the Nityananda, Anishta Bhagya Prapancha Nivritti Janya Anandam. Ananda which is obtained because of the Nivritti, because of the giving up of the Anishta Bhagya Prapancha, that Anandam which is obtained, the person gets stuck there in that Ananda. Savikalparupam Brahmananda Brahmena, there is Brahma of confusion of Brahmananda. Therefore, Asvadayati Tad Rasaswadaha Swadanam Ityartaha. That getting stuck in that Ananda is not because of Brahmananda to Brahmanandaha, the Ananda which is because of the absence of the Vishayas, Bhagya Vishayas. Vishayas causes Dukkham. Vishayas are not there, therefore Dukkham not there. Therefore, absence of Dukkham, getting stuck in absence of Dukkham, not experiencing, not experiencing the Brahmanubhava. Experiencing means not in the literal sense, not knowing that Brahma. Not the Ananda is not because of Brahma. The Ananda is not because of Brahma Jnanam. The Ananda is because of the absence of the Dukkham. So There also Ananda is the Rasaswadaha, that is Rasaswadanam. So Brahmananda Brahmena, thinking that to be a Brahmananda. So therefore, the person revels in that Ananda, that is also an obstacle. Tat Rasaswadanam ityartaha. Lakshanantaramaha Samadhi Arambe iti. Nivikalpa Samadhi Arambe, Arambakali Anubhuyamana, Savikalpaka Ananda Tyaga Sagishtutaya Punaha Tasyeva Asvadanam Asasvadanam iti. So Samadhi, this is the second definition of that given by the author. Samadhi Arambe, Savikalpa Anandam, the Ananda which is experienced in Savikalpa Samadhi, that is Rasasvadanam. It is also an Anga, it is not the Angi, it is not the Lakshya. Therefore, Nirvikalpa Samadhi is the Angi, that is a go, that is Lakshya. Therefore, Nirvikalpa Samadhi Arambakale, the Savikalpa, which is the Anga, which is experienced, Anubhuyamana Savikalpa Ananda Tyaga Asahishnutaya Punaha Tasyeva Asvadanam Rasasvadaha. Savikalpa Ananda Tyaga Asahishnutaya. Not able to, the status of being not able to give up the Tyaga, which is experienced in Savikalpa Samadhi, and Punaha, again, Tasyeva Asvadanam, reveling in that Ananda, Asvadanam, in that taste, in that enjoyment. That is called Rasasvadaha. Asvadanam is tasting. Tasting Punaha Tasyeva Asvadanam. Tasting that, enjoying that, Savikalpa Ananda. That is called Rasasvadanam. That is Rasasvadanam. Rasasya Asvadanam. Asvada is taste. Rasa is happiness. The tasting of happiness, enjoyment, obtained in Savikalpa Samadhi, which is nothing but the Anga, not the Angi. So failure to appreciate the Nirvikalpa Samadhi, getting stuck in Savikalpa Samadhi because of the Ananda Anubhava, Rasa Anubhava, Rasasvadaha, that is called Rasasvadaha. Rasasvadaha is tasting the Ananda, tasting the Ananda by the mind, which is carried over by the Ananda, which experiences in Savikalpa Avastha. That is Rasasvadan, that is the last Vigna. That Vigna is the last Vigna and biggest Vigna also, that prevents a person from getting established in Savikalpa Samadhi. We need to remember all the Savikalpa Samadhi, Nirvikalpa Samadhi, all this we talked about the line of Ashtanga Yoga, but when we say Savikalpa Samadhi, it is Jnanenam. There is Samadhi Rupa Abhyasanam also. It is preceded by Jnanam. It is Abhyasa, after knowledge, after Shastram, not just practicing without Shastra. That is what yoga is. In that way, we differ from that. So after this, the author has discussed Ashtanga Yoga. This alone, even in we discuss as steps required, steps which can be practiced for gaining the chitta nischalata, forgetting about the concepts of samadhi, up to the pranayama pratyahara, then savikalpa, then samadhi. Samadhi is meditation. For meditation on the vakya of the shastra, Shabdhana Vidya, Savikalpa Samadhi. Meditating on that, there the differences are the Jnatru, Jnanam, and Jnaya. And that is resolved in when the person gains a siddhi in success of Savikalpa Samadhi, then the Triputi, the differences also resolves. That is called Nishta, Jnana Nishta, or Nirvikalpa Samadhi. So for Nishtha, these are the obstacles. One may face all these obstacles. Therefore, the knowledge of the obstacles are important. So what are the obstacles? That's very discussed. So with this, the discussion is on obstacles is over. The next topic is Nirvikalpa Samadhi is talked about. I think that is the last topic in this section. After that, the final topic, Jivan Mukti. I thought I would do it today, but time not that. Before I go to Rishikesh, I will complete this Vedantasara by next month end. After that, we can take up the next text. Okay, we'll stop here. Maybe another 2, maximum 3, 4 classes. We'll complete this Vedantasara. Okay. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Dhanyavadaha.
धन्यवाद गुरुजी।
धन्यवाद। धन्यवाद गुरुजी।